Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Although she's a proud mother of two, Dorit Kemsley confessed she never prioritized getting married or having children. In fact, there was a time when she was content with the idea of never starting a family. Dorit explained her past thoughts in a recent interview with RHOBH magazine, just weeks before she filed to divorce PK Kemsley. As much as I now wholeheartedly know I was absolutely born to be a mother, and I'm so blessed, thank you God, for these two amazing children, I was not the girl that was desperate to get married or desperate to have children. I wasn't at all, she told the outlet. I just thought if it's meant to be, it will be. Dorit said she met PK shortly after turning 35 and started a family with him just 2 years later. She gave birth to their first child, a son named Jagger, at age 37, and their second child, a daughter named Phoenix, at age 39. I can tell you at 35, I was very much like, if it's not meant to be, this is not in the cards, she said about having children. And I was perfectly okay with that. Same with marriage. I believe in destiny and that things happen for a reason, and you have to just trust in it. And I think you have to be proactive and you have to live your life and you have to keep moving forward and just trust the process. PK was Dorit's first husband, but he wasn't the first man who proposed to the swimwear designer. Dorit confirmed she was engaged to two wonderful men before meeting PK, but never walked down the aisle. Why? Well, she didn't provide details on what ended those engagements, but suggested PK was the first man with whom she envisioned a future. After 3 months, I felt like I'd known him my whole life. There was just something very different. It was like two pieces of a puzzle that fit, she said. PK was the choice for me, and to build a life with him. If given the chance, I would make the same choice. On April 25, numerous outlets confirmed Dorit had filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The news came roughly a year after the couple announced their marital split. We as a couple have been subject to a lot of speculation about our marriage. We have had our struggles over the last few years and continue to work through them as two people who love each other and share two amazing children together, they said in a joint statement. To safeguard our deep friendship and maintain a harmonious environment for our children, we have made the mutual and difficult decision to take some time apart and reevaluate our relationship while we prioritize our children. We appreciate your love and support while we continue to do the work necessary throughout this journey. For much of her early life, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Dorit Kemsley was never the type of woman who dreamed incessantly about a wedding dress, a sparkling diamond ring, or rocking a baby to sleep in the nursery. She loved her independence, her freedom, and the career she was carving out for herself. Marriage and children were beautiful ideas, just not essential ones. In a candid interview with RHOBH magazine, given just weeks before she made the heartbreaking decision to file for divorce from her husband PK Kemsley, Dorit opened up like never before. Reflecting on her journey, Dorit shared how her life choices evolved, and how her love story with PK, though now at a crossroads, was once the perfect piece she never knew was missing. As much as I now wholeheartedly know I was absolutely born to be a mother, and I'm so blessed, thank you God, for these two amazing children, I was not the girl that was desperate to get married or desperate to have children. I wasn't at all, Dorit admitted. Her words were not filled with regret, but with the clarity of someone who had lived deeply and deliberately. From a young age, Dorit had embraced the philosophy that life should unfold naturally, that chasing societal milestones wasn't her path. I just thought if it's meant to be, it will be, she explained. She was content with the idea that she might live a different kind of life than many of her peers. A life filled with adventure, career success, and friendships, but perhaps not a traditional family. Dorit was already an established businesswoman by the time she hit her mid-30s. She had traveled the world, nurtured her passions, and even experienced love profound enough that two different men had asked her to marry them. Yet something always held her back from saying, "I do." Though Dorit declined to name her former fiancés, she called them two wonderful men, an important distinction. There was no bitterness or scandal, just the quiet realization that they weren't her forever person. "I believe in destiny and that things happen for a reason," she said. "You have to just trust in it." At 35, Dorit was facing what many women experience: the looming societal pressure of a ticking biological clock. But she didn't let it define her. She trusted that whatever was meant for her would find her in time. And it did. When Dorit met PK shortly after turning 35, it wasn't a whirlwind of unrealistic fairy tale promises. It was something quieter, but somehow more profound. "After 3 months, I felt like I'd known him my whole life," she shared, her voice tinged with a mixture of nostalgia and wonder. There was just something very different. It was like two pieces of a puzzle that fit. While she hadn't accepted marriage proposals in the past, with PK, the decision felt easy, effortless even. It wasn't just about falling in love, it was about finding a home in another person. "PK was the choice for me, and to build a life with him," Dorit said with conviction. "If given the chance, I would make the same choice." Their connection was undeniable. In less than 2 years, Dorit and PK had created a life together that included marriage and the birth of their son Jagger when Dorit was 37. 2 years later, they welcomed their daughter, Phoenix, completing the family Dorit never realized she had always wanted. For a time, Dorit and PK seemed to have it all: a beautiful home, 2 gorgeous children, thriving careers, and a love that seemed to withstand the constant pressures of fame and fortune. Their chemistry and banter made them favorites among Real Housewives fans, who loved watching Dorit's glamorous style paired with PK's cheeky humor. They supported each other through the ups and downs of reality TV fame, the aftermath of a terrifying home invasion, and the endless public scrutiny that came with living life in the spotlight. Yet behind the scenes, cracks slowly began to appear. On April 25, 2025, multiple outlets confirmed what fans had speculated about for months. Dorit had officially filed for divorce from PK, citing irreconcilable differences. The news came almost a year after they first publicly acknowledged they were separating. In a joint statement, Dorit and PK expressed their mutual respect and deep affection for one another, even as they chose to part ways. "We as a couple have been subject to a lot of speculation about our marriage. We have had our struggles over the last few years and continue to work through them as 2 people who love each other and share 2 amazing children together. To safeguard our deep friendship and maintain a harmonious environment for our children, we have made the mutual and difficult decision to take some time apart and reevaluate our relationship while we prioritize our children. We appreciate your love and support while we continue to do the work necessary throughout this journey." Despite the heartbreak, Dorit has not publicly commented further on the divorce as of press time. Friends close to the couple say the decision was not made lightly, but with deep reflection, compassion, and the shared goal of preserving the well-being of their children. Insiders reveal that Dorit and PK are committed to navigating co-parenting as peacefully and respectfully as possible. "They're really trying to do this the right way," one source shared. "They want to minimize the impact on Jagger and Phoenix. The kids are their #1 priority." It's a testament to the bond Dorit and PK shared, and perhaps still share, that even as their marriage comes to an end, their partnership as parents remains strong. As she steps into this new phase of her life, Dorit is embracing both the pain and the possibility that comes with it. Those close to her describe her as heartbroken but hopeful, aware that endings often lead to powerful new beginnings. She's resilient, a friend shared. She's focusing on her children, her businesses, and rediscovering herself outside of her marriage. Fans have seen glimpses of this evolution already, as Dorit continues to expand her fashion and beauty ventures while maintaining her spot on RHOBH. She's more candid, more self-assured, and perhaps more committed than ever to living authentically, even when it's hard. Reflecting on her own words from the roller coaster interview, it's clear Dorit still believes in destiny, that life unfolds exactly as it's meant to, even when it breaks your heart. In the end, Dorit harbors no regrets about her decision to marry PK. "If given the chance, I would make the same choice," she said. Those words resonate even more deeply now, knowing the journey their relationship has taken. PK wasn't just the man she married. He was the partner with whom she built a beautiful family, shared years of laughter and struggle, and grew into the woman she is today. Their story isn't ending in failure, it's evolving into something new, a deep friendship, a co-parenting partnership. And for Dorit, a reaffirmation that love, even when it changes, is always worth it. As Dorit steps forward, she does so with the wisdom of someone who has loved bravely and lived authentically. She's not the young woman who once wondered if marriage or children were meant to be. She's the woman who knows, without a doubt, that she was born to be a mother, a lover, a fighter, and a dreamer. And whatever the next chapter holds, Dorit Kemsley will meet it the same way she has met every twist and turn of her life, with grace, strength, and an unshakable belief in the magic of destiny. Please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos.